Hey everyone, my name is Rusty Pepper,
Hello, everyone. I'm Dana Small,
and together we're going to be bringing you an exciting new podcast called
MarPro.
the Marketing Procurement Podcast. So let me tell you a little about the MarPro story and how we got to where we are today. See, I'm a marketer and a salesperson by trade, and I also host another podcast called the Why Marketing Podcast. And that's a marketing focused podcast for CMOs and other marketing leaders that I started back in 2019. And on that show, we explore various marketing topics like career growth, leadership, operational strategies, and tactics. And as we were soliciting feedback from our listeners for future topics, we started noticing that there was a few procurement related inquiries, which kind of made us think, maybe this is a subject we want to explore more. And so I started reaching out to various different marketing procurement professionals just to get their perspective and give me kind of a little bit of better understanding of the topic as a whole. And one of those people that I reached out to just happened to be Dana. And I immediately was impressed by her. I mean, I won't, I mean, look, she's funny, she's engaging, very personable, and she clearly knows what she's talking about when it comes to marketing procurement, which makes sense. I mean, after all, she is one of the leading thought leaders when it comes to marketing procurement. She speaks at conferences, she's got her own blog. So after talking with her, it became pretty clear that this wasn't just a single episode or two topic for the Why Marketing Podcast, but it really could be its own standalone uh, topic or really podcast. And especially since especially when I found out that there was no podcast out there already dedicated to exploring the marketing procurement landscape. And when I heard that, the light bulb went off.
100%. You just nailed it. I think when we had the conversation, you asked me whether or not there was something else out there, and I wasn't aware of anything. Myself, I'm a blogger, and I am on LinkedIn, and I like to connect and do speaking engagements, but there's not a lot of us in the space. So when you came to me and approached me, I was like, this is a great idea. We can really fill a niche that or gap that just isn't out there.
Yeah, and I would say that as the more that we talk, the guests that we've been talking to, and the guests that we're going to be bringing out starting on June 2nd, it's opened up my eyes to so much of the way that marketing procurement and really where these gaps exist. And it's not always gaps. Sometimes they're really well aligned, and that's really powerful for these businesses. But oftentimes, though, or there are times where there's just a massive disconnect. And hopefully for the audience that's going to be listening, this will help give them some insight, direction, and hopefully tools that they can use to bridge that gap.
Yeah, I think definitely from a procurement perspective, you have the issue because you have a lot of procurement professionals who are coming from either the direct side or dealing with commodities, not necessarily services, not necessarily creative services. And it's a beast in its own, and you really have to understand it to be a good partner in procurement, right? And so I think we can address a lot of the issues that maybe old time procurement may have brought to the table that hopefully the new procurement people can resolve and really work best with marketing.
Yeah, and it's not just, I mean, when you really think about the marketing category itself within business, it is a massive category. I mean, it is expansive and it's getting bigger every day. I mean, you look at how data insights, everything is rolling up. Where does that fall? How does it fit in? And sometimes it sits in marketing, sometimes it doesn't, but a data aligns into it. There's alliances. It is a very, very complicated and can be a very complicated category to manage. And that's something I never appreciated being from the marketing and sales side. So I'm excited about what we're going to be able to bring to market for the audience. And where can people find us, Dana?
Yeah, so people can find us at marpro.com on all the different podcast streaming. They can also find us on all social media, which actually the procurement person will be handling. Taking the reins from you.
Gladly gave that one up because that is not something I'm the best at. So, but we will be finding little short clips. We'll be really trying to make this very educational. If you would also like to be a guest or consider to be a guest, reach out to us on one of our social media channels because we're always looking for fantastic guests. Or if there's some sort of topics that you want us to talk about, things that you're frustrated with, send us those. Those are things that we could talk about with our guests, talk about between each other. Lots of different opportunities for our audience to get involved. And we're excited to be able to bring this to you starting next Wednesday, June 2nd. I guess really doesn't really matter Wednesday, but it's going to be June Second is when we're launching our very first episode with Kaylee Wilson from Syngenta.
How exciting.
Outstanding.